You can also use ifconfig to change your MAC address or hardware address here. Hardware, they are the same thing here. They're here like that. So the MAC address is globally unique and is often used as a security measure to keep hackers out of the network or to trace them. Changing your MAC address to both different MAC address is almost trivial and neutralizing to security measures. Thus, it's a very useful technique for bypassing network access controls. To spoof your MAC address, simply use the ifconfig here commands here. Ifconfig commands down option to take down the interface AT0 in this case, AT0 down here. We should use with sudo command and then enter the ifconfig command sudo ifconfig AT0 hardware HW ether. So then enter the ifconfig command. So hardware for hash w for hardware and ether for ethernet, and the new spot enter the new spot MAC address. So for example 0.00011223344 and 55 here, and then finally bring the interface back up with the up option for the chains to take the place. For example, if config AT#0 up, we should use with sudo command for root rights. And now when you check your new settings with ifconfig, you will see your new MAC address here. Actually, what was our old address here? Here, as you can see here, we changed our route, internet IP address, netmask, broadcast, and ethernet as well here. So we can assign new IP address from the DHCP server. So Linux has a dynamic host configuration protocol server that runs on daemon, a process that runs in the background. So called DHCPD here. Or the DHCP daemon. So the DHCP server assigns IP address to all the systems on the subnet and keeps log files of which IP address is allocated to which machine here. So usually to connect this interface from a line, you must have a DHCP assigned IP. So we will DHCP DHCLand here, as you can see here. Now, therefore, after setting a static IP address, you must return and get a new DHCP assigned IP address. To do this, you can always reboot your system, reboot here, but I will not reboot here, and but I will show you how to retrieve a new DHCP without having to shut your system down and restart it. So to request an IP address from DHCP, simply call the DHCP server with command dhclient, followed by the interface you want the address assigned to. So different Linux distributions use the different DHCP clients, but Kali is built on a Debian, which uses DHCP client. Therefore, you can assign new address like this, AT0. We have to use sudo command as well here. As you can see here, we are waiting for it. So the DHCP client, DH client command sends a DHCP discover request from the network interface specified here, here, and ATH0, of course, in this case, it receives the offer DHCP offer from the DHCP server. This is the IP address in this case, and confirms the IP assignment to it. So we have played with our Ethernet addresses and all of our net masks here. So I will not try this here. But you get the idea, of course. Let's manipulate the domain name system here. For example, for this command here, so hackers can find a treasure trove of information on a target on its domain name system DNS. So in next lecture, you will learn domain manipulate. You will learn and practically manipulate the domain name system in Linux. So I'm waiting you in next lecture.